Let's now go to comprehensive health history. Let's discuss past medical history. In the past medical history, this section of the health history collects information about all the patient's past health and illnesses, with a particular emphasis on disease processes, surgical procedures, and hospitalizations. The term is somewhat of a misnomer. Although a patient may report having been diagnosed with essentially hypertension 4 years ago, the condition will continue to be an active disease process requiring ongoing evaluation and treatment in the present. Thus, past, in many cases, refers to the point in time at which a condition was initially diagnosed, not that it no longer affects the patient. The information gained from this portion of the history often gives the provider important clues about the etiology or contributing factors to the patient's current healthcare needs. The key elements of the past medical history include patient's definition of health and perception of current health status. We ask the patient to fully describe her or his health. For childhood illnesses, we record the date, treatment, and any long-term adverse sequelae, especially any that affect the patient's functional abilities, example, post-polio syndrome, or current health status, example, past history of untreated streptococcal infection, which may contribute to mitral valve disease of the heart. Illnesses to note include measles or rubella, mumps, pertussis, chickenpox, poliomyelitis, diphtheria, rheumatic fever, scarlet fever, and smallpox. For major adult illnesses or conditions, we record the date of diagnosis, treatment, and whether the condition was successfully treated or requires ongoing care. Assess impact on patients' functional ability and quality of life. Illnesses or conditions to note include tuberculosis, coronary artery disease, especially myocardial infarction, hypertension, dyslipidemia, diabetes mellitus, a specific type, cancer, autoimmune disorders such as lupus erythematosus, osteo or rheumatoid arthritis, gout, substance abuse, seropositivity for HIV or HIV positive, AIDS, hepatitis, a specific type, obesity, and sexually transmitted disease. For allergies, we note any allergies to food, beverages, example, sulfites in some wines, drugs, and environment. Record type, the rapidity of symptomatic response to exposure with a particular attention to any respiratory symptoms. Assess the patient's knowledge of potential allergens and identify steps taken to limit exposure. Record treatment including prescription and over-the-counter medications and desensitization therapy. If patient has a history of severe allergic reactions, does she or he carry a medical alert data on her or his person at all times? Has the patient been prescribed an emergency treatment such as an anaphylaxis kit or EpiPen, a pre-filled self-injectable epinephrine syringe? For medications, elicit and record the name, dosage, and frequency of administration of all current and, to the extent possible, recent past prescription and non-prescription medications. Many patients do not consider vitamins, laxatives, dietary aids, and supplements, herbal products, and common drugs such as aspirin, acetaminophen, antacids as being non-prescription medications and will not report their usage unless specifically questioned about them. Fully describe any drug, allergies, and adverse reactions experienced by the patient while taking any medication. Do not accept the statement, "I'm allergic to," at face value. Ask the patient to describe what signs, like examples like hive-like rash. or symptoms like nausea were experienced and who determined that he is actually allergic to the particular drug. It should be noted that not all adverse drug effects are detectable by the patient. For example, HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, commonly referred to as statins, are used to treat dyslipidemia and may cause elevated levels of liver enzymes in susceptible patients. Ask if the patient has ever been told to discontinue a medication because of abnormal blood chemistries. Also, inquire and fully document any CAM, including foods and beverages, such as herbal teas that the patient consumes as a treatment. This information will help the provider to develop a culturally appropriate plan of care with the patient and will preclude prescribing medications that could produce adverse interactions or have altered efficacy. Thank you for your attention.